first thing that struck me was, your first impression of a Sherpa is that porter and Sherpa are one and the same. And what I learned from being over there is that, no, they're not just porters, which means load carriers. They're actually very important to any expedition.
They're mountain people, and I find mountain people all over the world are warm, friendly. They respect nature, they respect people, they know what life is, they know how to die, they're wonderful people.
The reference to Sherpa relate to the tribe of people indigenous to the Himalayan mountains. Since the dawn of Himalayan exploration, this tribe of men and the women, who are known as Sherpani, have been hired to carry loads to high altitudes. They have carried surveying instruments for map making, oxygen bottles for climbing, and the food and shelter needed to survive the harsh conditions. The Himalayan Mountaineering Institute, also known as HMI, specializes in training for all aspects of mountaineering. Courses are available exclusively to people from India, Nepal, and Bhutan. These women are just beginning HMI's grueling 28-day basic and advanced mountaineering courses. Those who finish just may become a part of the Himalayan legend.
Well, I know that some of these people that do the mountain are so damned arrogant and stuck on what they think they can do that they ignore probably the advice of the guides and probably treat the Sherpa like shit. I mean, I'm sure that happened. Huh?
The Indian government established the Himalayan Mountaineering Institute in Darjeeling in 1954. HMI's first director was Tenzing Norgay, who was the first to summit Mount Everest and so brought world attention to Indian mountaineering. Nehru, then India's Prime Minister, was a huge fan of the mountains and Tenzing, and sent the first group of Sherpa instructors to Switzerland for technical training. When those instructors returned to Darjeeling, they gave others the benefit of these new skills and their own high-altitude experience. At the beginning of the 1900s, the exploration of the Everest region of the Himalayas was taking off. Nepal's borders were closed up until 1951, so Darjeeling was the jumping-off point for these expeditions. Here, in 1922, British explorer George Mallory discovered how much more skilled the Sherpa were at carrying loads at high altitude. He had tried using people from the mountains of South America, but the native Sherpa turned out to be exactly what he'd been looking for. Veteran climber Jim Whittaker elaborates on his own expedition experience.
Still there at 4,000 in Nepal, in Kathmandu. And so we knew they were in good shape, and just being born at that elevation, they had this lung capacity. We used to say they'd take a deep breath, and you didn't notice them until they took a deep breath, then their lungs would fill up and they'd block the view. I mean, they had this great lung capacity and high thoracic circulation. And they used to trade with, before climbing, they would carry loads over the pass between Nepal and Tibet. And they'd bring salt, they'd trade salt and rugs and so forth. So they're used to packing supplies up to, 17,000, 18,000 feet. And they were really good at it.
The Sherpani played an important role as Sherpas on these expeditions. When Prime Minister Indira Gandhi visited HMI in 1967, she asked course director Nawang Gombu, how come there's no women's course?
Now, after they start a ladies course, we run one ladies course 1 year, only one course, not mixed with the boys, only girl course. Now,
Since then, the Himalayan Mountaineering Institute has produced some of the best, although unknown, high-altitude Himalayan climbers in the world. Darjeeling is still a thriving city. Tourism is as popular as ever. And people of different religions coexist here in complete harmony. The Himalayan Mountaineering Institute frequently upgrades its facilities. This 80-foot outdoor climbing wall was built to attract international competitions. Colonel Vijay Singh is the current principal at HMI. The position is a military appointment with a 3-year term.
Three type of courses. That is basically, one is the basic mountaineering course, duration is 28 days, and one is advanced mountaineering course, duration again is 28 days. And basic courses to teach basics about the mountaineering, with basic rock craft and ice craft, and going on to the mountains. In advanced course we have the advanced techniques. Basically thereby we teach them how to plan and conduct the mountaineering expeditions.
For professional Sherpas, supporting these expeditions throughout the Himalayas is dangerous work, often undercompensated and mostly unrecognized. In the last century, 177 men and women died trying to climb Mount Everest. Approximately every 5th successful summit involved a death. 1/3 of these deaths were of Sherpa, on whom these expeditions still rely. Kusong Dorji Sherpa started his career in 1975. Kusong and his brother Sangay are the only people to have summited Mount Everest from the north, south, and extremely difficult east face.
First 1992 मा गयो तर हो त्यही टाइममा चाहिँ मैले सब्मिट गर्न चान्स पाइनँ साउथ कोल अब त्यहाँ आइटेम अब त्यो साउथ कोलसम्म चाहिँ म 5 खेप फेरि गर्नु गयो अनि आइटिबिपी इन्डियन आइटिबिपी एक्सपिडिसन थियो म 5 खेप अब पुग्दा पनि चाहिँ मलाई चाहिँ किनभने चान्स दिन म त्यो चार्नु छु.
Expedition leader Robert Link explains that a summit of Mount Everest can be crucial to a Sherpa's future.
And that's the first thing we want. And we'll go in early and we know the villages to go to, and we'll look directly at how many summits does this guy have in the mountain.
A certificate of completion from the Himalayan Mountaineering Institute and a letter of recommendation are the highest qualifications for those who want a career in mountaineering. This year, the women's basic and advanced courses will be conducted simultaneously. The students taking the courses come from a wide variety of backgrounds and have numerous reasons for participating. Poonam is a member of a climbing club in Bombay and would like to participate on a major mountaineering expedition. She successfully completed the basic course last year and hopes to get the letter of recommendation by doing well in the advanced course.
Main thing, I'm thinking of doing at least one expedition in my life. One expedition I want to do and to complete my education successfully.
Diksha also comes from Bombay and is enrolled in the basic course. She has been living vicariously through magazine articles on adventure sports and has decided being a spectator is not enough. This is her first time above sea level.
Period of I think 2 or 3 years, I normally collect articles on adventure sports. HMI was one of the institutes.
Yang Chen from Darjeeling completed the basic course last year and was one of the top students in her class. She got the necessary A required to move on to this year's advanced course.
I think I'm going to do much better than the basic course, because till by that time next year I'll be more physically fit and mentally fit for the advanced course.
Sangar Mitra is from Orissa near Calcutta and is taking the basic course. She is a member of the Indian Army and has been sent to HMI as part of the military's tactical training program.
Trying is the best thing. I think I will try for that.
With such a wide range of backgrounds, conflict is inevitable. Sangramitra is accused of stealing another student's purse and 500 rupees, about $10 US.
Sir, she's saying that this purse is hers, which is wrong because this purse is mine. Sir, दूसरे दिन मैंने sir
Colonel Vijay calls on all of those involved and sifts through the facts. Upon listening to both sides of the story, he dismisses it and insists that the women focus on the course and what they are about to endure. Many of the 10 current instructors come to HMI from backgrounds as varied as those of the students.
I finished my school, so my mom told me, let's go on the HMI. I'll show you a mountaineering institute. There's some famous personalities out there who climbed the Mount Everest and Kanchenjungas and all. I was very excited. I saw the pictures and all, no? Then I joined the next day. It was really excited. That was a very
2 years after completing the advanced course at HMI, Kunga summited Mount Everest with current fellow instructor Kusong Sherpa.
पहिले फर्स्टमा जाँदाखेरि 14 वर्ष कति मात्रै थियो सानो थियो कि अनि त्यतिखेर गएको अनि अब आमा बाउले अब स्कुल पढ्छु भन्दा अब पढ्नु दिन हो दिँदैन छ त्यसले गर्दाखेरि मैले मज्जा भागेर गएको थिएँ.
Nawang Gombu has been the course director for over 25 years. He is Tenzing Norgay's nephew and was one of the Sherpas sent to Switzerland when HMI started. Gombu was propelled to celebrity status when he became the first man to summit Mount Everest twice. He has met with such international dignitaries as Queen Elizabeth, John F. Kennedy, and Indira Gandhi. Gombu's journey to HMI was as incredible as his mountaineering feats have been.
I don't know what a year, but when I was 13 years old, I went there, you know. My father sent me to study the Tibetan Gombu monastery. When you writing, reading, you know, when you mix the sentence, then you got a bamboo stick this long, then you have to blow your face and give you 60, 70 here, 60, 70 here, and sometimes you can't eat the food, all swelly, you see.
Two hours into day one, these students are assessed for their ability to continue the 28-day course. Asha was struggling too much during the morning's physical training, while Diksha is believed to be too underweight.
No, for me it was very, very tough because physically I was not really very fit, mainly because of my weight problem.
After consulting with the doctor, Pasong Sherpa, the basic course director, has cut 2 of the girls from the course. He is allowing the others, including Diksha and Asha, to continue the course on physical probation. Meanwhile, on day 1 of the advanced course, the women learn a skill all climbers hope they never need: how to stop the fall of someone they're roped to. A 65-pound gunny sack of dirt serves as the climbing partner.
In the basic course, I was not at all mentally prepared. It was too tough for me from a girl from Bombay who's coming from a side from Bombay, and it was too tough for my basic.
Yeah, correct.
Pull from the back side. Just hold it like that.
Graduating from HMI is no guarantee of a career. The important credential is the letter of recommendation for expeditions. Fewer than half the graduates receive it. Even so, miscommunication and bad dealings are obstacles to a professional climbing career.
इन्डियामा चाहिँ अब स्पोन्सरै त मेन अब उता नेपालमा चाहिँ प्राय स्पोन्सरहरू पाउँछ हो अब यहाँ इन्डियामा त स्पोन्सर पाउँदैन पायो भने पनि अब हामी अब भन्दैन अब पाउँछ अब आउनु त आउँदो रहेछ किनभने आयो भने पनि अब उताको होला मात्रै प्राय लान्छ यता इन्डियाकोमा चाहिँ त्यति दिँदैन.
It was later found that a high-ranking government official's niece who had no climbing qualifications, participated on that expedition.
अनि चाहिँ अब रोप फिस गर्नेले दिनको अब त्यो अब यो कमिस दिएको माथि पनि तनखा दिएको माथि पनि बोनस बनाउँछ उनीहरूले पैसाको लोभमा अनि मेम्बरले चाहिँ आजकल चाहिँ के गर्दो रहेछ भने चाहिँ अब हामीहरू त्यत्रो म अब त्यत्रो खेप गयो अनि बाटो टल्लै हामीले बनाउनु पर्छ मेम्बर चाहिँ पछाडि सुत्दै आउँछ आफै खाली जान्छ एग्लोमेन्टेसन गर्छ माथि कुद्छ अनि फेरि आउँछ त्यस्तो गर्छ अनि डल्लै अब शेर्पाले नै रोड बनाउनु पर्छ होला अहिले
The Sherpa has changed the feel of the climb a great deal because now they're hired to set up the fixed ropes on the Gombu icefall on the south side and to do the layout of the route and the fixed ropes on the upper mountain of Everest. The Sherpa are hired to do that, and the different countries say, well, my Sherpa did such and such, now your Sherpa should do this to help fix the route. And then we'll climb it. Instead of running through the ice falls as often as a Sherpa, they'll use the Sherpa to do the dangerous things, and then after the route is set up, then climb the mountain. I think the climbers should do their own climbing and not use a Sherpa for the dangerous parts of the climb, or to set up the fixed ropes, or to carry the extra oxygen bottles for them. These are things that as a climber they should do, but it's not that way nowadays. It's bound to change, and it has changed, and it does allow the non-climber, they're still climbers if they've done Everest, but they are not as much of a climber as Sir Edmund Hillary was when he did it. I think we can understand that.
Wrong message is a very hard punishment for the boys. There's a 12 years old boy, 11 years old boy. Even the monk also gave the same punishment by the teachers. And the evening teacher goes and apologizes. Tradition way, they say is for the education we are beating for you.
It's early morning at a place called Tiger Hill. Every day, hundreds of tourists from all over India flock to this outlook to see the sunrise. When the sun finally reveals itself and lights the mountains around Darjeeling, the crowd goes wild. Shortly after sunrise, the basic course heads from Darjeeling to Tiger Hill. This will be an evaluation of their physical ability. They must complete the round-trip hike in 6 hours with 35 pounds on their backs or face being eliminated from the course. It takes the average person 10 hours with no pack. Many of the stronger girls come from the mountains and have the advantage of living at higher altitudes. Some of those who come from sea level show their physical disadvantage. Fortunately for the students this year, everyone makes the trip in less than 6 hours. Some find it easier than others.
Asha. Asha means hopes. No tired, no tired. Fine. Yeah, try to enjoy, full enjoyment.
When the weather is bad, the indoor climbing gym is a perfect venue to improve rock climbing skills the students will need for working routes on snow and ice. Mastering these skills now is important, as competitions are a major part of their overall grade. Tenzing Rock has been a training area since the opening of HMI. It's close to the Institute's headquarters, and when the weather is nice, it is easily accessible for a more authentic climbing experience. Prem is a mother of 2 from Calcutta. Having trekked in the Himalayas, she has always wondered what it would be like to climb the mountains she has passed. If she can earn the required A in the basic course, Prem will move on to the advanced course next year. At 36, she is the oldest student. Much of the Sherpa population in Darjeeling has settled into a more westernized way of making a living. Some prefer the line of work they are best known for. Rinzing from Darjeeling is one of them. She has come to the basic course with advanced skills that she learned from her brother-in-law, who summited Mount Everest in 1993. Combine this with her high-altitude physiology as a Sherpani, and she has a natural advantage upon which to build a mountaineering career. When the basic course finishes their training, they watch the advanced course use the more extreme side of Tenzing Rock to master rappelling. With a week of relative luxury behind them, both classes head into the remote region of Sikkim and up towards the Rathong Valley to the HMI base camp. Once there, they will practice ice climbing, jumaring, and rock climbing skills. Most important of all, they will experience the effects of high altitude. The altitude is gained in 3 days. They start at 5,000 feet, and by the time they reach the HMI base camp on day 3, they will have gained over 9,000 feet in elevation.
And Tenzing is Gombu's uncle, and I kind of grew up under his wing. And he was kind of hard on me. So he wanted to really make me a hardcore Sherpa. So he always gave me extra work, always get pick on me. But like I said, that time I didn't like it. Even though I was a boy when I first did the course. Right here I became a man.
5 girls from the basic course immediately succumb to the rigors of altitude and the grueling hike and are sent back to Darjeeling. The doctor sends Asha home on the 2nd day of the trek. This is a relief to the instructors, who thought she shouldn't have held on as long as she did.
I'm so tired. Yeah, actually I'm so angry. So angry. I'm so angry. I'm already confident. I want to go. My doctor considers you can go now. Principal is concerned you can go. But doctor is no. I'm going back.
Then after 1 year, I don't like it to study there. I told my parents, escape from here. And then he said, how you escape? And one night I went to bathroom, and then I know. At the time, midnight, nobody's around. And then I told Uncle, let's jump from the bathroom, And then first I jumped, and then he jumped. And one side less shade, then we try to go less shade,
With the exception of a few that had some basic skills like Gombu. There were 3 that we considered capable of going to the summit of Everest that the team did, out of a total of 37 Sherpa. We had 19 Americans, 37 Sherpa, and 907 porters, separate from the Sherpa, that would hike the 185 miles carrying our loads into base camp. Then the porters would leave and we'd be on the mountain with the 37 Sherpa and 19 Americans.
The advanced course has experienced this trek before, but for many in the basic course, it's more than they anticipated. The basic and the advanced courses finally reach the HMI base camp at the foot of the Rathong Glacier at 14,800 feet. Acclimatization to high altitudes is taken in stages. Climbing too high, too fast can result in altitude sickness, including headaches, nausea, and sleeplessness. More serious symptoms are pulmonary edema and cerebral edema, either of which can cause death. Even with great precautions, some people simply never acclimatize to high altitudes. When this becomes apparent, the only remedy is to descend. Last night, this girl developed acute pulmonary edema, which is a buildup of fluid in the lungs. This situation demands immediate attention, as she can quickly suffocate otherwise. Luckily, she can still walk and descends 6,000 feet with the help of a Sherpa. It takes her 14 hours.
As long as I was here, 3 of them died, Then we used to carry them, get a couple of porters, go down maybe 1,000 feet. Some of them are good, they're as good as new. But some of them, they died right in the back. Then what we do? Take them down to 10,000 feet, where the tree level is. Then a couple of porters, they chop tree, we just, cremate there. And take their ashes back home, wherever they're from, like Bombay, Delhi.
By doing the advanced course, we get whether we are recommended for expeditions or not. If we get A, and if they write you are recommended for expeditions, then only we can go for expeditions. Otherwise, if it's not written, not recommended for expedition, no, so again we have to do the course again.
So I'm just thinking, I have my group over there in Bombay. So I would have a talk with them. If they are going and arranging an expedition, I will join them.
मैं रैपल कैसे करूंगी?
नहीं भेज देता हूँ ऊपर चलो पैर में खड़ा होना है आपको पूनम पीछे रहे पूनम what is your normal shoe size? Go up, Maria, go up.
Rinzing has a natural ability to take charge. She was the volleyball team captain throughout high school in Darjeeling. She has been chosen as the basic classes group leader. Making a career as a high-altitude Sherpa is not easy and has been limited mostly to men. As a Sherpani, being successful will be a difficult road.
I have a long way to go now. I must try hard.
त्यसको बादमा यो के अरे 1999 मा चाहिँ के अरे म आफै मेम्बरमा थियो तर अब आफ्ना खर्च गरेर त्यहाँ आउने जाने प्लेनबाट सबै आफैले खर्च गर्यौ यहाँ बराल जाने अब अलिअलि खाने पिना सबै आफैले यो के अरे हामी नै अब मेम्बर हो सबै यो के अरे मिनिस्टर अजटाले त्यो स्पोन्सर गरेको थियो पैसा चाहिँ त्यहाँबाट दिएको थियो लिडर चाहिँ सन्तोष यादव थियो अनि त्यतिखेर चाहिँ गयो त्यति मात्र छ तर होदेबाट चाहिँ सबभन्दा अप्ठ्यारो बाटो चाहिँ हो त्यही थियो त्यो चाहिँ अब किन पहिले उहिले त्यो के अरे अमेरिकनहरू चढ्दाखेरि चाहिँ त्यहाँ पिटोन डाइभ गर्दाखेरि त्यो मिसिन थियो गरे के यसरी के अरे त्यो अब पिटोन चाहिँ मिसिनले डाइभ गर्ने त्यस्तो एकदम ओभरह्याङ यस्तो थियो कि त्यो फ्यालिङ हुइङ बने कौली फरौट बने त्यति थियो कि यस्तो पुरा अनि त्यसमा चाहिँ अब हामीले चाहिँ अब छैन अब आफ्नोसँग हो के छ मेरो भाइ चाहिँ साङ्गे थियो म अमर प्रकाश तीनजना थियो त्यो बाटो खोल्ने चाहिँ अनि हामीले चाहिँ 3 फिटमा पिटोन डाइभ गऱ्यौँ तर चाल्नु सक्यो तर अलिकति गभर्मेन्टले केही न केही दिन्छ होला के सहायता गर्छ होला भनेर त केही पनि भएन केही पनि पाइन त्यस्तो
The advanced course women climb to their high camp. This advanced camp is at an altitude of 16,800 feet. Supplying a higher camp and sleeping at lower altitude is a strategy that expedition members use to acclimatize. The women have now positioned themselves to access the Kabru Glacier, where they will practice crevasse rescue. Crevasse rescue knowledge is mandatory for anyone who wishes to travel on glaciers. It needs to be practiced over and over and refreshed frequently. Any climber can fall into a crevasse, become injured, and need the assistance of others to get out. If the victim is seriously wounded, time is important, but safety is critical. In addition to crevasse rescue, the advanced course takes advantage of their location to practice ice climbing, jumaring, and rappelling for the rest of the day.
We don't have proper shoes. We don't have the glass also. We use a prayer flag and just cut it to make the glass. And this is how we cross Nawang, 18,000 feet. My father knows that I ran away from the school. 2-3 slapped me right and left. Then after 1 month he was okay. This is how I escaped from TV.
When the basic course attempts to climb Mount V.C. Roy, an elevation of 18,500 feet, they encounter bad weather. Not every person climbs every mountain every time. The sooner one understands this, the closer one comes to being a true mountaineer. 80% of climbing accidents occur on the descent. Pushing too hard on the climb up can bring on debilitating fatigue. And the mental letdown after conquering the peak can cause some climbers to drop their guard.
Don't cry, baby, don't cry. Yeah. Don't cry yet.
I'm excited. Zumba competition, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
The students test how much they have learned in the past couple weeks of training. The Jumar competition is a team event. The entire team will be disqualified for the mistake of only one of their team members. All 5 team members must make it to the top of the contest rock in 5 minutes. Their feet must remain in the Jumar stirrups at all times. Prem and Sangramitra talk about their team's strategy for the event.
I don't know who is going to win, but we'll try our best to win. We are trying our best.
The spirit of competition grows as the event progresses. Team effort aside, individual competition is intense. In one of the fiercest battles of the day, Rinzing is challenged by one of her own teammates.
Stop!
At the end of this contest, Rinzing and 2 of her teammates had the 3 fastest times, which puts them in the lead with the most points. Prem and Sangramitra's team are close behind. Surprising herself, Diksha finishes in time, but her team is disqualified due to another teammate's inability to complete the climb within the 5 minutes.
Good.
As the basic course heads out for the 2-day trip back to Darjeeling, the advanced course spends their last day at base camp practicing one of mountaineering's more complex yet thrilling applications, suspension traverse. Mountains have objective and subjective hazards. No amount of preparation can spare climbers from hazards like rock and icefall. One can be prepared to deal with hazards like avalanches, weather, and crevasse falls, but their dangers can never be eliminated. Back in Darjeeling, the basic course shifts their focus from teamwork to individual performance. This 5-mile cross-country run will give the top 10 individual finishers points towards their final grade. Points are also awarded for team performance. Again, Rinzing and her teammates dominate, placing first, second, and third, guaranteeing them first place. For Prem and Sangamitra, this final event puts their team in second place. Diksha's team has not fared well in any event and finishes last, although the girls clearly are still having fun. These are the individual rock climbing finals. The results are surprising. The students seem to have dropped their guard in the controlled environment of the gym. Though competing for a grade is not the same as climbing a mountain, Kunga doesn't distinguish between the two in importance.
Okay, it's not easy. Concentrate करिए. You have to concentrate. When you're on the rock or wherever, you have to concentrate. It was my lucky day. That was a 10 May. So my new life started on the 10 May 1993. After Everest, I got so much of respect. Everyone knows me. When I passing the roads and all those, this is the Everest climbers. Look at these girls and all.
Yes, I very much look upon Miss Kunga Bhatia. I get inspired looking at her. She's also a lady, I'm also a lady. She can do it, why can't I? I have that complex. So I hope to win her someday.
It's 6 a.m. on the morning of the advanced course cross-country competition. Yang Chen and Indra are not present for the start. By the time the first competitors cross the finish line, the two have finally shown up.
Yesterday, I told them, so 6:15 everybody must be here.
Advanced course director Sangay Sherpa expresses his disappointment, as this has put their graduation eligibility in jeopardy.
We woke up late, we overslept, and we woke up late, so we were not allowed to participate.
I told them, this is course, this is not a picnic. I told them.
Jim was asked what he felt, what was the first thought he had when he stood on top of Mount Everest. And his thought related to the frailty of humanity and the forces of nature and how great it was to stand on the top of the mountain representing the United States. And then Gombu was asked, and what was your first thought when you stood on top of Mount Everest, Gombu? And Gombu said, how to get back down. So I thought that was a great answer from the Sherpa.
The course is almost over, and with pressure off, the students prepare entertainment for the principal. After a month of rigorous training, mountaineering has erased the boundaries between them.
Thank you very much, sirs and ma'ams, for your kindness, thoughtfulness, your guidance, for encouraging us when we would have given up, and also for tolerating our sudden bouts of misbehavior. Leaving this place hurts and saddens.
On the morning of the graduation, everyone helps prepare for the ceremony. Today, they will receive their certificates of completion and find out who among them will collect top honors.
And Jen in India, so they are fit, but they're always late. That's why. So they have to do their advanced course again.
Colonel Vijay is informed that the governor of West Bengal would like to attend the graduation, but is running late. He delays the start of the ceremonies as this is a significant event. The governor has not visited Darjeeling in over 2.5 years.
I think now I can face difficulties. I can do, then I can work hard more. I can work more hard. I have self-confidence.
I'll get A grading, and I'm sure I'll get. And then I'll come for advanced course. In spite of all the difficulties, obstacles, hazards and pains and all, I really enjoyed the camp.
A lot of these guys still come in with that, and I hate to say it, but I think it's more British mentality. That, you know, these guys are just subservient workers. They will do exactly what I tell them to do.
And they are the happiest people in the world, and they have nothing. They don't have hot water coming out of a tap. What the hell, they don't know what a tap is. They're taking the water out of the creeks and stuff. They're burning it over a yak dung fire where the acrid smoke it just kills your eyes, and you look at them, and they're in the morning, they're laughing, and we look at each other and say, what the hell is the matter with us? That we are this way when these people that have nothing are just damned happy to be alive. We say maybe it's because they wake up in the morning like, geez, I'm still alive. This is great, hey man, and they're happy.
Prizes had been declared, everything has been declared. Only I'm excited for who is the best trainee now they are going to tell. So that's a surprise for us. So I'm much excited for that part.
I most probably may get a B grade. Most probably. Which, I'm almost certain I won't get any.
My mother told me that your uncle lives in Darjeeling. Then I went to Darjeeling and I met at Tenzing. This is how I involved my climbing. I went 1953 when the Himalayan Tenzing climbed. I was hired to the Sherpa. I carry load up to 26,000 feet. I carry 60 pounds of oxygen. Then I came back and they started climbing school Darjeeling. They selected 4 or 5 good Sherpas, and the Tenzing, included. We went to Switzerland. We trained about 6 weeks of training. This is how we started the Darjeeling climbing school.
The Sherpa went high. They were remarkable. I mean, there's no question that our expedition wouldn't have been successful without the Sherpa.